Hello, hello. Hola, hola. ¿Qué tal? Hola, hola. Hello, hello. Streaming me talking about New Year's resolutions. Save. Day 5 out of 100 streaming. Post and yes, let's go. Okay, let's start with a little bit of tweeting before the okay. So let's stop with Twitter and let's start with what the fuck. Yeah, and let's continue with this. So, New Year's resolutions. I wanted to talk a little bit about this. I was writing, but I don't know. Okay, here. You can see this. So maybe I could even just do this. Yeah. And fuck it. I've written some New Year's resolutions type stuff on here. And basically, yeah. First, I thought of categories, right? So, streaming 5 out of 100, New Year's resolutions. So yeah, categories first. I thought of the classic health, wealth, relationship categories. In Spanish it's called salud, dinero y amor. Salud, dinero y amor. I prefer the HWRs because relationships is, I guess, more open, right? It is includes friends, all of this, like amor, aka love. I mean, technically, it does include friends and all of this, the definition of love and all, but the word to me has more strictly romantic connotations. So yeah, plus I'm talking in English, but yeah. Then I had this categorization of material, physical, spiritual, sentimental. I made up these 4 categories. I don't know if they're true. We can always explore. We can always say something like physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. Okay, yeah, so maybe it's like 4 bodies: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And okay, now it's better to do this. 7 dimensions of wellness, 8 dimensions of wellness, seven or 8. Physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual, environmental, occupational. I don't know. See, for example, I don't believe in the intellectual dimension. To me, this doesn't make sense because it is like, why would you? I mean, taking a course for the sake of taking a course. I mean, I'm for that actually. I would like that, but to me, this is not. I don't know. To me, it's more like occupational, right? It's what you do with your time. It's like why is occupational unlinked from intellectual, right? Environmental. I mean, this spiritual. I have to check why emotional, mental, and spiritual are separated, right? In this case. Physical and mental are masculine, and emotional and spiritual are feminine. Oh my god. Fuck it, I hate Medium. Let's just check Goop, the best source for this kind of stuff. So, physical, emotional, water release and absorption. Interesting. I think I'm everything about this. Hello, I am making New Year's resolutions. First, I've started doing the categorization of like in what categories am I going to be resoluting stuff. And now I'm reading about this 4 bodies type categorization on the excellent website goop.com. I'm in the emotional body part because I wanted to know what's different between emotional, mental, and spiritual, right? And essentially, emotional is like nervous system, hormones, touch, water, and water release. So I don't know how much control one has over, for example, touch or these things, right? Or over water release and water absorption. Then mental body, our thoughts, attitudes, judgments, and prejudices. And spiritual is connection to all things, including the earth, to what we call God, the universe, the beyond, the divine, or higher self. Okay, quality on someone unbalanced towards spiritual, disconnected from the understanding that we are all one. And feeling or thinking that we can do things on our own or alone. See, I am straying further from this, I think. I think I am realizing that this is not the case. Head in the clouds, not turning ideas into reality, a false God complex, a lack of unity between action and behavior, a lack of connection to interpersonal responsibilities. I think maybe this is me. I'm maybe too spiritual right now. I have to get more grounded. In 2024. Then, mental body. Overbalanced, egocentric, excessively driven, sociopathic, narcissistic, having little to no empathy, especially when it comes to work or success. Underbalanced, confusion, brief fog, ideas lost quickly, lethargy, lack of purpose, neurosis, feelings of low self-esteem. Yeah, I think I'm underbalanced towards mental, I think. I should get more into my brain or what? I wouldn't say that based on first instinct, but maybe this is the case. Kundalini yoga, moderate cardio, talk therapy with an emotionally intelligent leader. This is true. I think moderate cardio, actually, goop.com does seem a good source. Moderate cardio, that does seem like it makes your brain think about stuff, right? Makes you less confused, less brain foggy, gets your ideas going, less lethargic. Emotional body. Underbalanced, general lack of emotional intelligence, trust, and very intuition or ability to read and understand people. Yeah, maybe I underbalanced on here. I think I am also underbalanced towards physical, so I think I should get my physical up, my emotional up, my mental body up, and my spiritual body down. I should get more on the on the ground. So we are not going monk mode this year. We are going ground mode or whatever. So based on goop.com wisdom, let's link the article just in case, and let's save it in the Internet Archive again. More bring mental, well, stop under balance in mental, physical and emotional, and stop overbalance on spiritual. Curious, right? And this is walking, moderate cardio, well, moderate cardio, let's put. Then talk therapy, being in embodiment emotions, the type of person living mostly in the mental body tends to overthink and overdrive. I overthink, but I don't overdrive, and doesn't let go of emotional strife or forgive easily or often. I don't know. They might need to reroute. See, the problem is that I am kind of between those two. I think I'm both under and overbalanced, but I am definitely not balanced, right? So I don't. Maybe goop.com is not that that's to be trusted. This is interesting too. Okay, so stop with the categories. I got bored. So then in health, I wrote something like maybe to maintain generally good diet even when I'm traveling. Yeah, because before the categories, I had other at the end. Outside of those three categories, I'd like to travel more. So travel more. Then find my style. Talk to more people, tell the truth more. Talk to more people / tell the truth more. Hello, I am writing my New Year's resolutions, and I just started making categories in which I would do these things, and now I am writing the actual resolutions that I had. These firsts are outside of categories. Outside of categories. So, travel more. Yesterday I talked to a friend who lives in Leipzig, and yeah, I talked of maybe visiting him there. I have another friend in Barcelona who told me that I could visit him in April or something, so this is also something interesting. And the main thing stopping me, I think, is probably money, I guess. So that's the wealth part. So let's go to wealth. Wealth. And in wealth, the first thing I have here is that I want to increase wealth without diminishing my time and location freedom. Increase my wealth without decreasing time and location freedom. And to me this is important, I guess, because yeah, that's the main thing for me. I don't want wealth as much as the ability to enjoy the wealth that I create, right? I don't just want wealth. That's the point. But to me, that's pointless. I want richness of life. And for me, that looks like location and time freedom at the moment, right? For some people, wealth and richness of life is material stuff, something like a house or something. To me, it's not yet. I think that the thing is that location freedom does mean letting go of stuff, I guess. And yeah, and for me, the way this looks like more strictly is short contract, freelance stuff, etc. online. I'm thinking video, but I would eventually like to do writing, just writing. And here I have something like, yeah, I think I'm better at writing than at video, although it's such a big field that it's hard to say. I think I mean that my ideas are more understandable written than videoed. Not just because of my accent and all of this, but because, I don't know, in video I just talk too much, I struggle finding words, I have a lot of silence in between what I say, so I feel like people don't understand me, or like people are not staying there, right? Literally, I can literally see the retention graph of the people who are here, and right now it's at 0 people, and I could see that the one person who was there for 3 minutes, right? So I didn't manage to retain attention. I feel like in text I can't do it either. So I don't know, but I feel like the story that I tell, I communicate it better written because I can do a little editing, right? And in video, I don't like editing video. Meanwhile, editing text, I don't seem to mind as much. Or I don't know. That's more. And that's how it looks like for me at the moment. Increase my wealth without decreasing time and location freedom. Basically, this means, it also means end the year with more money in the bank than I started with, plus more experiences, right? Plus more, plus having visited places like in accordance to this principle. I would also like to travel somewhere. Yeah, now I'm going to talk about travel more. These are the places. So, places. Leipzig, Bithien. This is France. Leipzig, Bithien. Then, way. Something like way or... yeah. Slash how. In a way. Where I'm seeing what I want to see. This is hard to explain. This is hard to explain, but basically, counterexamples. Single day visits of single day rushed visits. Right? So I don't mind going for a single day to some place. For example, I went to Malaga to visit a museum with a YouTuber who organized a visit there. And even though it was not a super nice experience because of some reasons, the visit was nice. And going there just for that was worth it, in my opinion. Because it was not rushed, right? I had a lot of peace there. That was a peaceful place to be. But for example, free tours, I don't like tours like this kind of free tours that people give you. I don't like touring like the landmarks of places. Or for example, I was talking about a friend yesterday about cruises, and I don't like when you like the point of, to me, if I go to a cruise, I want to see the boat, right? To see what the boat is about, how it runs, and all of these things. That's what I care about of the boat. I don't really care for stopping at some city, being rushed there to spend money there, in the cruise only area. I don't know. I find that kind of stupid, right? And I don't know. I was thinking of visiting Leipzig, and yeah, I was thinking of the money problem, right? Because what I see is that if I'm going to spend like what 500 euros on a cruise, what else could I have done with those 500 euros that is more aligned with seeing what I want to see, right? There is probably a way to spend a week away for 500 euros in a better way. If the cruise is this kind of single day rushed visit, they don't let you look at the boat, all of these things. Let's put here CITIOS list. Then find more my style. What do I have here? I have something like an aesthetic that I like. And I don't know. Lately, I'm struggling with the aesthetic that I like. Because I do like kind of this more feminine aesthetic or something like this. But it doesn't fit kind of the environments I move in, right? And I feel out of place and kind of self-conscious and feminine aesthetic, self-conscious, doesn't fit in. I also think it doesn't really fit my body type and all of this, but well, doesn't fit my body type slash posture etc. I can't pull it off. Then I do like this kind of tech wear, but no money and boring. It is boring, I think. And yeah, and sometimes the problem is that sometimes it is impractical. So it is impractical. The good thing is that it's practical. So I want to do these things, right? And I think traveling helps with the style because it helps you pack, right? Because you have to pack clothes when you travel. So it helps you narrow down something. And I think that's related to what something Vin said. Vin is a Twitter friend, and we talked this year, and he said something like, "Style is what you cut out," kind of, right? Style is what you cut out. And I think this having to travel forces you to choose a style, because you have to cut out the wardrobe. So yeah, maybe this is kind of related to travel, I think. Related to travel. Capsule wardrobe type stuff. And yeah, I think the obvious combination of these two is just doing feminine techwear, right? So middle ground seems to be feminine techwear. But it would this kind of travel would require something like 1 week plus, I think, right? It would require traveling in batches of plus 1 week plus, because you need to at least have one wash cycle. Talk to people more. I think this is the relationship point. This is kind of a resolution to relationships. So I think I'm going to put them in relationships. And here, I'm not sure what I wrote. Talked about it yesterday on yesterday's stream on how on the internet relationships are so different. I think I'd like to make more relationships real, but I don't know what that means. More video calls, meeting IRL more. Then I cried about something, and yeah, I was thinking about whether some relationship that I've made this year, if it's a good idea to make more of them, right? And I'm undecided. I think it would be a good idea, and I definitely think that the ones that I've made, it's a good idea to keep them. But that's the problem, that I don't really know how. And well, knowing is a fucking stupid word. I probably know how, right? I talked about yesterday in the can't cook example, but yeah. Let's see here. In this can't cook thing, in yesterday's stream I talked about this socially, right? How I can't cook means different things, right? So, but I used it for the social example. Fuck it. Let's link. Perfect. Day 5. Day 4. I talk about socializing and this stream and I actually am talking about it right now also. And yeah, essentially, what did I write? Let's write it down. Oh, okay, I can control W, control. I had this, and online relationships aren't that real. Talked about this here. I want to. Okay, no, let's think. Not sure if that involves talking, making, DMing, video calling, meeting, IRL. Right, this is the problem that I don't know. I don't know what what involves. I think it involves one-on-one relationships in some sense. But I don't know. I guess it involves one-on-one relationships. But I don't know, I feel like removing fragility from these connections, right? And I think that's what I think usually is in the example of fuck, why am I recording? What I think usually is on the it's like if I were to be hit by a bus, or if I were to kill myself or something like this, or the other person were hit by a bus, or they kill themselves, right? It's like you wouldn't know. And the only way to get relationships to the point where you would know like what's that point? I think it involves talking to people more than once, right? So having like more recurrent conversations, right? But also networks of people, right? It's both things, right? It involves one-on-one relationships, but also it involves networks of people. And I think that's why I struggle so much, because I don't know. I can't really deal with any of those, right? I can't deal with networks of people. I can't deal with group chats well. I don't know. I don't seem to find the right balance between these things. I don't know. And I seem to think have this delusional belief, right? Which is that I will find wealth once I find the relationships, which I don't think so it's true. Which I think is probably retarded, but I do think it's true in some sense, right? Because wealth is just relationships in some sense. Like building brand. What's building brand? Building relationships. What's what's selling? Building short relationships, right? When I buy something online, when I click on the Amazon, it's like why do I trust Amazon? Why do I trust the store that randomly sent ads to my thing, right? Why do I? And it's because of all of these networks of stuff, right? Of people. Why do I trust AliExpress and I didn't trust AliExpress and people didn't trust Chinese websites some time ago, right? And I think it's based on what you communicate. I don't know. The problem is that I think I'm bad at communicating. I'm just bad at communicating. I hope I get good. That's why I seem to think that when I get one piece right, like that more will fall into place. That's my belief. I don't know. I don't know if it's true. Maybe it's just cope, but that is what I think. And yeah, talk to more people to do more. I also thought of this because of I was talking to my friend, right? So, but when I talk to my friend, I was thinking about silence in this case, right? Silence. I think silence is a good marker. It's not that I used it as a test, right? Don't get me wrong. I don't think I used it as a test. It's just bad in that case. I wish I didn't have to use it as a test, or I wish I didn't use it as a test. But the reason I can use it as a test is because I caused them. And I think a good test is like what happens after a silence or something like this, right? Or who can you be silent with and feel at ease. And I think that the problem is that I'm not feeling at ease when being silent with anyone anymore, right? I don't know. I feel like there is so much unsaid. Maybe this is what I mean with intimacy or something like this, right? Like saying more of the unsaid. Hello, by the way. I thought I was talking to myself, but yeah. I was talking about my New Year's resolutions. First, I started doing categories, then I started writing the New Year's resolutions outside of some categories. Then I did some about wealth, and now I'm doing relationships. And inside relationships, I was thinking because most of my relationships, well, not most, depends on how you categorize most. Probably most, in day to day, like of the relationships that don't matter, are fleeting like you. And the relationships that do matter. I have the problem below, right? That I don't know how to handle silence. I don't know how to tell more the truth. Well, I know. You just have to say it, but I just can't do it, I guess. I'm not sure what has to happen before it for it to. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to handle silence. Is the point? What did I say? I'm not comfortable with silence anymore. I'm not comfortable with silence anymore. It's a good test. And I do have friends. I do have friends who pass the test. I think mainly one friend. Yeah, I don't have a lot more to say on this. Maybe I will make a recap at the end of the video and upload this. And in health, I had written this. Maybe to maintain a generally good diet, even when I'm traveling. Right, because I want to travel. I also would kind of prioritize maintaining a good diet, right? Being mindful of what I'm eating while traveling. Not just if I do eat out every day or something like this, probably wouldn't happen because of money. But yeah, be more mindful of what I eat. not more mindful, but be generally mindful, because right now I am not mindful because I could cook what my mom does or what my dad does, and so far I've lost a little bit of weight because I also seem to walk. But yeah, but outside of this, I don't know. But yeah, what was I saying? Health, right? So health, yeah, general good diet, maintain generally good diet if when I travel. This is assuming I travel like for this periods of time, right? For periods of time where I'm over one wash, what I would call one wash cycle, right? If I have to wash my clothes, then I would like try to maintain a good diet, right? And not also diet, but also walking, right? But I think that comes with the traveling. That's why I don't put it. But also, yeah. Also, exercise habits. Mainly, I just do walking. I use sometimes I do I use my yoga mat and do exercises on my yoga mat. I do yoga, or sometimes I do just kind of body weight strength exercises. Bro, I hate that I'm boring. But I don't know. I hope this works for something. I'm not even sure if it's not useful to anyone watching. If it's not useful for future me, because I'm not going to rewatch my streams. What am I? I think I'm just leaving this online in case I do something useful, right? In case any of my videos go viral, so people know what I was going through right now. I think that's the only thing I can think of why I do this. Fuck it, I'm going to write it here. Minute 59. Why do I do this? Makes no sense. Then I think mental health could go here, but I don't have any particular resolutions. I'd like for it to improve, but I think it depends on wealth and relationships. It all comes down to this, right? The thing is that wealth, I also think in general, yeah, the reason I don't like remote work, it's like remote work in long contract could work, but it decreases time freedom. Yeah, I don't know, I'm trying to build something. I'm trying to build something. The thing is that if it's hard, I know I can't just put a time frame 2024. I have to do it in 2024 because it's hard, right? I can't predict when it will happen, but I want to set at least the building blocks of something. But it has no fucking. I don't know. I'm kind of despairing a little bit, if that's even a word. I don't know. I don't know. I see the empty view counter, and I think I even want the empty view counter at least. So because if I know it's empty, I can just say what I want, and I'm less self-conscious. But I don't know. It's hard. Maybe I end it here. I think I just talked about not all of my New Year's resolutions, but I don't have any specific New Year's resolutions. Basically, one is to end the year with more money than the bank that I started with. Boom. Let's fucking write them here. So New Year's resolutions. End the year with more cash. Let's say cash than I started with. The parentheses without having sold, without having sold assets, obviously, and having had traveled with purpose or something, I don't know, with fuck it, let's write make money traveling. This is essentially what I want, to make money traveling. Open about how this happens, but this is, I think, my main resolution this year, to make money traveling. And I think the rest of the stuff will reorient itself. I think This has the relationships, this has the money, wealth, this has the health, this has the relationships, I think. Relationships, who do I meet? With whom? Who do I meet? Who pays me? Wealth. Well, this comes with it. Health. Mental probably increases. Self-worth probably increases, I guess. I don't know. And then style. So style probably increases. I don't know, I'm making this shit up, but and yeah, I'm not and yeah, I'm going to put in relationships something like sharing it afterwards, sharing my travels live / afterwards. Hello. Well, you left already, so fuck you. So yeah, I think I'm going to make the video. And let's script the video. No, fuck it, it's 6 p.m. Fuck it, no, let's do this. Let's do the video. And New Year's resolution. Hello. Are someone here? I'm good. I've just done my New Year's resolutions. I'm now recording the video that I'm going to do as a New Year's resolution. I've ended up with a single New Year's resolution, which is to make money traveling. This is my only resolution this year, and I have some downstream stuff. Not sure if you see. I have some downstream stuff of the money traveling one, which is especially the relationship aspect, right? So with whom am I traveling? Who do I meet while traveling? Who pays me money, right? And showing my travels live afterwards. This is also a part of making money traveling. But this is essentially my number one resolution, and I am open about how I make money traveling. That's interesting, at least. But yeah, let's start. My New Year resolution. Fuck. Let's restart. My New Year's resolution. So I only have one resolution this year, and it is to make money traveling. This is just my own resolution. The longer winded way of wording it is to end the year with more cash than I started with without having sold assets. Obviously, I don't want to sell the assets that I have just in order for the cash number to go up, right? That doesn't count. And having traveled with purpose. So I think the make money traveling makes sense because the purpose is either that I have already made some money or I am able to make money while traveling. So I am able to afford to travel, or that I have traveled to somewhere that will make me money. This is essentially what I think. And I think that downstream of this, I have written here some things. So I have here, wealth obviously increases in the three categories of wealth, health, and relationships. Wealth increases. Health, I put mental up and style up because I guess style is some kind of mental health. Mental health related, right? It's like you can express yourself, so you're whatever. I put it there just in case. And it's kind of downstream of the traveling effect of going somewhere. And with whom in relationships, I wrote with whom. Essentially, if I travel, do I go alone or do I go with someone? Who am I going with? So that's kind of, if I travel with someone, I am increasing the relationships aspect of my life, right? Who do I meet? Traveling kind of lets you meet new people, which is a way of increasing the number of relationships that you have, and maybe even making deep ones. I don't know. Who pays me, right? If I'm getting paid because I made money traveling, that means that I have increased my relationships to paying people, to people who pay. I have customers of some kind. And sharing my travels live afterwards, right? So if I'm traveling with a purpose, if I'm able to make money while traveling, that means that I have enough time so that I am willing to go somewhere, right? To explore it. Plus, I have had the money to get there in the first place, right? So either I'm making the money there, and the reason why I'm going is something that makes me money. I don't know. For example, I get hired by some company I will get hired to work on a cruise, for example. Then I am making money. I am traveling, and I am traveling with a purpose, aka I am seeing the workings of a cruise internally, which is something that I would like to see. Then, another example, I get hired remotely by some company, right? That means that even if for part-time, right? So that means that I can go somewhere, I can part-time do my stuff, and then I have a lot of time to explore. That is cool. Another thing, I have made money during a contract and I'm visiting a friend. That means that I am increasing the relationship with this friend, and I have been able to acquire some kind of client that pays me enough so that I can book a flight ticket or something. But that is a W. And while I'm there, also continue kind of being able to continue the activity, right? That is kind of my thing. And yeah, I think that's my New Year's resolution. I'm putting it out there openly. Bye. Oh, and this video was recorded on stream. So if you want to watch the full stream, I will link it right now at the end. Bye. Okay, so I did it. I think I'm cutting stream also. It's 6:10, so yeah. Bye. Oh, there's someone here now. Ah, no, okay. No, forget it.